The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And of course, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? Let's go ahead and say what's up to the people, of course. What's up, Lisa Maria? Thank you for coming. What's up, lovely Scorpio? What's up, Stevie? What's up, Sunkiss? Shout out to you. Who else is here? Woo Chow up in the building. Ebony, you said it's your first time here. Thank you for coming. We love all newcomers. My squad, they're called AT-tubers. So now you are officially an AT-tuber. Shout out to everybody coming. What's up, Sadie? How are you doing? And again, thank you everybody who made Sadie and her family Christmas special this year and everybody who donated. I appreciate every single one of y'all who really helped with that. What's up, Pretend Fashionista? What's up, Winnie? All right, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. What's up, Kay? What's up, Sexy660? Oh, you subscribed to my channel. Thank you. What's up, Bethany? All right, so there's been this whole controversy. Oh, we got Sherry up in here too. There's been this whole controversy about who the hell got the audio first and who got it last and who stole the audio. Now, I'm just going to put full disclaimer. I put it in the title as well, too. There we go. She said, thank you. I put it in the title, too. This is R.Kelly and management fault. This is R.Kelly and management fault. I think both people probably didn't know. Y'all hear that wind? It is crazy out there. It's a storm or brewing. You know, storm, that's a pun intended. But anyway, that basically, I don't think they were both aware that they were doing interviews. And basically what it is, it was not an interview. It was just basically R. Kelly trying to get his story out. Remember, it's a 15-minute call. He got to get as much crammed in as possible. He talks about, you know, he basically spills everything and says what he got to say, and then they're done. A lot of people were more upset because there wasn't like an interview style, and there wasn't like, you know, questioning him about his stuff and all that. They aren't, and this is both to Natasha and Storm. They're not going to mess up this relationship. You know what I mean? They're not going to mess up the relationship that they have with R.Kelly. They're not going to mess that up. And the reason why is because they want him to come back. You can say, oh, they went weak on him. They should have asked him this and that. It wasn't the right time or place. I'm pretty sure later on in the future, they will go ahead and get that opportunity to question him and all that stuff. You know, I believe that it will come soon enough. But right now, they just trying to get the information, get the exclusive, and that's it. So initially, Natasha had posted her video or her recording first, right? And then Storm posted his. Now, what it is, it's an unfortunate situation because neither one stole the audio. Storm did not steal the lady's audio or anything like that. I listened to both of them, and the quality of the calls are different. Her call actually is more clear than his call. And some people are like, well, yeah, because he recorded it. No. Because he said Storm in the call. So you know that he's not going to just say the word storm just randomly. Yeah, the word storm can be a noun, but it's dumb. Why would he just say storm randomly? Storm had his own, and then Natasha had her own, you know? And the thing is that because Storm has more subscribers, he is going to show up higher in the algorithm. So more eyes is going to get on his. Natasha has been in radio, I think she said for 30 years, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like 30 years? Yeah. Her manager sounded a little like Storm though. You think so? I didn't even know that lady until this mess. Right. And that's no shade to her either. It's like she didn't have the name recognition on YouTube. On YouTube. Okay, thank you, Sunkiss. That's the thing. She didn't have the name recognition on YouTube. For example, there's a lot of celebrities or reality TV people that come on YouTube and they don't get that many views and stuff like that because no one knows them on YouTube. But if they went on their Instagram, everybody's watching on Instagram because that's what they know them for. The algorithm with YouTube is very tricky, y'all. It just don't happen just because you got an interview or a phone call with R.Kelly. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So everybody had been coming at Storm. Oh, and thank you. Make sure you guys hit that like button too as well. Everybody had been coming at Storm all like, you know, he basically faked the, he took the lady's audio and then chopped it up and then put his it's the Storm show in the background to kind of throw people off and stuff like that. Like I said, it seemed like two different recordings. Now, did they talk about the similar things in there? Yeah, because his point is to try to say that the officers and Tasha K tampered with evidence, and you know they gave her. He's trying to work some kind of way in getting a mistrial, but I don't even think that's going to work. But I'll get to that. So what should have happened was that R.Kelly and management should have said like, hey, I'm going to talk about one particular thing with you, and then I'm going to talk about another particular thing with the other. And then that way, what would happen is that it would be two separate, different conversations. Like, yeah, they were different, but they all had the same kind of context to it. And I think that's why a lot of people were trying to really dig into this. I'll tell you guys an example real quick. What's up, Kennedy? I'll tell you guys an example. So I had did the story on Rob Kardashian, you know, possibly ODing and stuff like that, right? There's about 5 other YouTubers that posted it before I did it. And then Storm actually went live at the same time that I did, and he talked about the story. Then the following day, there were a lot of YouTubers covering it like, hey, we heard the story. Someone sent me over the story. Instead of them saying, oh, I heard the story from AT2 or I got this story, because I even told people I got the story from TikTok because TikTok got a lot of gossip and shit like that. Y'all gotta check out TikTok. But I got the story from TikTok. So I'm telling people where I'm getting the information. But when they did the story the next day, they said, oh, one of my subscribers sent it over. Yeah, they watched my motherfucking video. That's how they got the story. But anyway, like I said, we all YouTubers, we talk about the same shit, so I'm not mad at it. But the person who has like the #1 video regarding the Rob OD story is the Sloan. What is his name, y'all? The Sloan or Sloan, whatever his name is, Sloan. I believe it's Sloan, not the Sloan. I think it's Sloan, but he's #1. And let's be honest, when you are white, your video probably gonna go to new heights. It's just it's true. Then it go everybody else, then it go light skin, and then it go to crunchy black. And unfortunately, I'm in the the crunchy black category. These are just jokes. I don't actually think that of myself, but I'm in the crunchy black category. So my video is gonna go below, and I don't have as many subscribers as the other people. So I'm in the crunchy black category, right? And then the light skins will get the better videos, like the Storm, Tisha Tells, you know, they got the better Sherelle, you know, the light skins got the better views, and then everybody else, and then the Sloan. When you're white, your video go to new heights. That's it. That's it. I know some people probably gonna be mad at me, but I'm telling the truth though. Then I lie. If you look up Rob OD, the first video you see is the Sloan. The Sloan got the first video. He got the #1 video on there. I'm not lying. Like, y'all can't be mad at me because I'm telling the damn truth. Just make sure y'all hit that like button though. And also, if you want to drop $1 too, go ahead and put it in the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. You see it up there. But anyway. Wait, Woo Child know what I'm talking about? What's up, princess? When you wait, your video gonna see new heights. And his video seeing new heights. That's what it is. And he also has, I think he has close to 1 million. Somebody look up how much Sloan, I keep saying calling him the Sloan. Somebody look up how many subscribers Sloan has. He gone, yeah, it is what it is. And this is no hate to any of those content creators. It's all love. AT2 love everybody. I'm lying. I don't love everybody. But anyway, Natasha, she doesn't have, I'm not literally mad, right? No, I know, Ebony, I know. We get it. We from the Bay. But Natasha is trying to build up her following on YouTube. And so she's not going to show up as high in the algorithm. The way you show up high in the algorithm, the title has to be a little clickbaitish. You know, I even put in here Storm Takedown. You know, when I put in here Storm Takedown, everybody are like, oh my God, AT2's trying to take down Storm, you know? And so people are going to click on the video. But it's not really, you know, it's not really a takedown. It's just, you know, clickbait. Also, your thumbnails have to pop. I don't think her thumbnails on those videos really pop because, like, basically it was like an Instagram post and then she just basically plugged it in there, and it's not damn. What's the thumbnail measurements? Whatever the thumbnail measurements is, that's what her thumbnail should have looked like, instead of the thumbnail kind of looking like a flyer. It didn't really capture the audience. Another thing too that they're not going to tell you, YouTube don't like R.Kelly. They don't like R.Kelly. So when you put R.Kelly in the video, now, if I probably would have put something like Storm Monroe is this and that, and then didn't mention R.Kelly, I probably have like close to 1,000 people in this video. But when you put R.Kelly, they don't like that. So Storm video didn't get like 1 million views and stuff like that. Thank you, princess. It didn't get like 1 million views and stuff like that because YouTube don't like when you put R.Kelly in there. They don't want to be a part of that anymore. I think at the time, it was like a big thing. And once it was like that cancel him, get him out of here. That's when it's kind of over with. So, you know, a lot of the R.Kelly stuff is suppressed. It's hidden, you know, it is. So it is what it is. So it wasn't going to go to those new heights unless it was something like, you know, R.Kelly admitted to, you know, everything that he did, which I don't think he's going to do that. Also, I don't even think in the audio that it was anything to where, to me, this just seemed like something, and I asked you guys a poll question too. Let me look at the results real quick. But I asked y'all if y'all thought this was blown out of proportion. Did you think that maybe he did steal this audio from the lady? Do you think that they both got the audio? And then the last one, I think, was you don't care, should he just go to jail? And most people just said, like, yeah, they don't care. Like, you know, he guilty. 18% said stole, 34% said blown out of proportion, and then so forth and so forth. And then 30% said Kelly guilty. You know, it is what it is. And in New York is where he was already convicted. It's the Chicago case that's moving over to whatchamacallit, that they're now, you know, trying to handle. So it's a tough situation because then we get into the conversation about should they or should they have not done the interview. And I think that's also why this has been a topic of conversation as well too, because a lot of people are saying, like, you know, why would you want to interview somebody like that? Well, when you're a blogger or you're doing journalism, even if it's somebody that's not favorable, you still are going to get the interview. It doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. Now, some people are very prideful and be like, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't effing with them. Like, I don't want no parts of it. And I totally respect that. I respect both things. I think it would be different if you seen like Storm or Natasha, like, defending him. I don't think they were doing that. I think they were just letting him get his story out. Again, they did, it wasn't technically, they didn't go through the courts and like set up something, so it was just literally a phone call that was made, and he decided to talk to those two bloggers. It is what it is at the end of the day. I think also he wanted to get his, like I said earlier, he wanted to get his story about how the evidence was tampered with, you know, the emails and all that. Wiley also said he was in, and you guys can check out Wiley's show from yesterday. I actually hopped on, shout out to him, where he talked about he was contacted by the FBI because Tasha had also sent him the email about, you know, getting the information from the correctional officer or whatever. So there's been a lot of hands in the pot. Now, I know one thing about whether or not Tasha K was going to get prosecuted or whatever. I think if it was something where she purchased the evidence, it would be an issue with her, but it was given to her. Now, if anybody should go to jail, it should be the correctional officers and judges that were, you know, leaking the information, because he said it wasn't just the one lady that sent the information over to, excuse me, it wasn't just the one lady that sent the information over to Tasha. He said it was about 60 different people who had access to the tap wire calls and everything else that also need to be had their, you know, hands in the pot, you know, their hands in the cookie jar. Seemed like Kelly's team could and should easily clear this up. Right. That's another thing. It just seems like it's something that can be like, hey guys, you know, it was a misunderstanding, blah, 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 blah. But it seemed like they're letting this go on. Like, I would definitely see like, hey, you know, Mr. Kelly, he talked to both people. It's cool. You know, we worked out the situation. I also feel like Natasha and Storm should have a conversation with each other. I feel that way as well, too. I think Natasha and Storm should just talk. And I mean behind the scenes. I don't think they should come on YouTube. Lord, we know how it is when people try to get together on YouTube and try to squash things. It never works well. But, you know, I think they should have a conversation with each other. What's up, Chi-Town? Shout out to everybody in Chicago, by the way. No, she paid the deputy to get the records for her. Oh, you think she paid? Oh, you think she did pay? Oh, shit. Let me catch up to some of y'all comments real quick. Get the interview, however, be real, deal with the facts. I saw the vid of him. Oh, shit. Let me pull that down. MB, it's nothing against you, but just the details also, like, let me go ahead and just take that down, because I don't want they probably already going to demonetize this video, but let me just try to save face. Giving him their platform to speak, their choice. Right, I agree. She should hurry up and pay Cardi her money. Well, she need another big story so she able to pay him, you know? Right. And thank you guys for reminding everybody to hit the like button. Yo, you know what? I have no moderators in here, right? Oh, shit. But, you know, I'm okay. You know, if a troll come in the chat, we just gonna terrorize them. Don't even trip, y'all. Don't even trip. Yes, I know that for offending. Oh, Tasha, you going to jail, allegedly. Tasha, you going to jail if that is true. Oh, shit. Because, you know, Chi-Town, he said in the recording, he was all like, you know, I don't even hate that woman. I'm not even mad. I'm mad at, you know, basically because Tasha had that information, she put it out. That's the reason why now he went to jail, because everybody was mad and they were upset. Here's the thing. People had already been going to the police. People had already been going to the police about all this information, you know? They had already been telling people, you know, I mean, there was a videotape. Yeah, originally he got off or whatever because the young woman, well, shit, now who's an adult, the adult woman now did not want to testify originally. Remember, there was that whole thing, the girl in the alleged video, she did not want to testify. Now we fast forward to now, she actually did testify, more recently when they have brought it back up, now. When was he prosecuted? He was sentenced back in the summer. I do remember that. I don't remember when the case was. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate that. AT2, I came over here playing with you yesterday, and the gutter snipes came in. I gotta check out your video. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and make sure you guys hit the like button, but I'll go ahead and check out your video after this one. Let's be clear, he's guilty as hell, but wrong is wrong. Yes. And that's the thing too. I honestly don't care. For me personally, guilty is guilty. I don't think there's anything else that we can, guilty is guilty. Like, it didn't matter if Tasha did something or the officer did this. Like, you was going to jail. And you got to remember too, it really started picking up steam when the whole Me Too movement came about. Y'all remember that? Me Too. And it was crazy because, at the time, it was like taken over by all the Hollywood white women. When originally, I think her name was Tarana Burks, the black woman that started the Me Too movement. But it was taken over by the Hollywood white women, which, any woman, man, getting taken advantage of and, all that stuff deserve to have their story heard. Let me just put that out there. But then everybody was all like, well, what about all the black girls? And what about all the black girls that were affected by R.Kelly? Like, how come they don't get a voice or, anything like that? And so that kind of got brought up in the forefront. Happened that, Tasha had the information about R.Kelly, and then boom, it blew up. That's what it was. It blew up after that. So because karma is a bitch. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I will say. Karma is a bitch. It bit him in the ass and it got him. He was gonna get got anyway. Am I lying? Let me ask the people. Put a 1 in the chat if you think R.Kelly was gonna get got anyway. Put a 2 in the chat if you think he would have got away. Let's go ahead and do a countdown. 1, he would have got anyway. 2, he would have got off. Ooh, okay. I see a couple of 2s. Okay. And everybody's opinion is respected. I don't mind that. I think for me, he was gonna go down either way. Like, it was gonna happen in some time. I don't know when it was gonna be. It was gonna happen, and now is the time. I know there's a lot of controversy on if the women are telling the truth, who are the women, and this and that. Because it was only 2 cases that he was prosecuted in New York, where 2 of the girls were underage. The other ones were older women. Not older, they were of age. Let me say that, not older women, of age. And so a lot of people were saying like, oh, well, it's not true that it was this and that. And then No, it doesn't matter if it was 1, 1.5. If you did it, you did it. That's it at the end of the day. And you got to remember too, it was more than just the underage thing. It was for, imprisonment, racketeering, moving girls from state to state to state, basically the TRA trafficking, basically that's what he got charged for. So there was a lot of nuance in this. And here's my thing too. A lot of people be all like, well, why did R. Kelly just take the hit? Shouldn't the parents, shouldn't his manager, his security guard, the shit. They even said R.Kelly, his ex-wife, shouldn't they all go to jail? Yes, of course. I'm not going to argue with that. They should go to jail. But definitely, the ringleader always goes to jail too. So the ringleader deserved to go to jail, and then everybody else that trickled down below should go to jail as well. I am in complete agreement with that. Everybody should go to jail. But I think for us to say that he doesn't deserve to be in jail, that's a stretch right there. That's a big stretch, y'all missing the point. The point he was making is allow him to have a fair trial. Why tamper with the witness in the order to get a guilty verdict? That's what he was saying. No, Virgo, and I agree with you, definitely. But my thing was that it was going to come about either way. I don't think there was no way in hell he was going to get off, And, Princess is actually from Chicago. And I think she said a comment like people knew, like I heard like he would hang around a school named Kenwood or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, Princess. But he would hang around like a certain high school. He would have different charity events and stuff like that. And, people knew what was going on. This was like word on the street. Like people knew. It's just that there was this kind of culture, and it still happens today. But y'all remember in high school where you would have the girls that would date it's like the older guys, like they would date like the 26 years old, the 21, 20 and whatever. And then like the girls would, get picked up in the car and shit like that. Is all like, yo, none of that was ever right. It was never cool, But, and I think people revert back to that when the girls in high school had the older boyfriends, and people just kind of excused it, and it was never excusable. It was never okay. 16, 15, that's still child, Yeah, you might be a little grown, but that's still child right there. I think we don't process it because we were used to seeing it. It didn't happen too often where I went to school. It was definitely hush hush. It wasn't like out in the open. But I think because of our own trauma, we thought it was okay. And I think that's why R.Kelly got away with it for so long, because we just kind of excused it for being all right, even though it was never all right, Let me catch up to some of your comments. Okay, Keisha, you know what I'm talking about. Ebony, so sad, right? My school was miles away, and we heard when he was down the. Ooh, okay. See, Prince. See, everybody know what I'm talking about. Yes, they knew black families in the neighborhoods allowed the segment. Exactly. It was a lot going on. I talk to high schoolers. Is it? 82, all the guys need when they talk to high schoolers, Jiggly, you not lying. Like that was the thing. Oh, he got a car, and the girls would fall in love. It's predatory. That's what it is. It's predatory. Like I said, it was never okay, but it was just kind of like a thing that people were used to seeing, and they were just kind of like basically, oh, all right, Another thing, like it's not the olden days, like back in the like the United Kingdom, when they would, marry off young and stuff like that. You ain't got to do that nowadays. So definitely now it shouldn't be acceptable. Old guys used to always try and give me a ride to school when I was in high school. See? And I want to say, definitely, hopefully this isn't traumatizing, bringing kind of this stuff up. Hopefully this is not traumatizing for anybody, but I'm just having a real conversation. I'm just being honest. This is my channel. I can only be me, and I can only be honest. These are things that we grew up seeing, it's traumatizing. Hell, I saw her firsthand, and one of the friends. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Moving on from that. So there was a whole controversy with the neighborhood talk because originally they gave Storm and Natasha credit, right? And I didn't get a screenshot of that. But then they took it away and gave it to Natasha and her manager. And so Storm commented, he said, "Oh, why y'all why y'all took my credit away?" So like I put in the chat at 8:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, they actually put Storm back on as the creditor. They credit him now. Let's go ahead and see if I can pull it up. You know I ain't the best with pulling up a shared screen and stuff like that. I'm just doing this on my laptop. One day I'm gonna have a desk with a desktop and I'm gonna be able to do all this hella quick, y'all. Bear with me, bear with me. But make sure y'all hit that like button while y'all waiting. All right, let's pull it up. Pull it up, pull it up.
Lifetime is concerned. There are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing, and really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forward for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that.
All right.
As far as Lifetime is concerned.
All right, shut up real quick. So yeah, you'll see it there. Let me scroll down a little bit. It's kind of small, y'all. I'm sorry. There we go, where it's highlighted. So now they just credit Storm. Right there, they're just crediting Storm. So they're no longer having Natasha's name. And I think, you heard at the end, it's a Storm show, his little intro, you heard that. So now the credit is Storm, so they, corrected a wrong. But what had happened was Storm said on his channel that he messaged the Neighborhood Talk, asked them about it, and they had actually said, oh, the Natasha woman allegedly had messaged them, told them that was her audio and that he stole it, and so then they put his name, then they put her name and credited her and her manager with it. But then after he showed them the proof and then the YouTube video, they took it away. And so it's this whole controversy now. And I feel like they have the Natasha and Storm because everybody kind of hyped this up. Now Natasha and Storm are going at each other. And it's all like, yo, y'all both had audio. That's the end of the story. I don't think one stole from the other. Y'all both had the audio. Now, I wanted to go ahead and get into R.Kelly because R.Kelly, Sylvester Kelly, he was over there talking about he had tours, he was working with celebrities, he was doing this and that, and nobody ever said anything before. Now he know he full of shit. Why you gotta lie like that? You know what I mean? Saying nobody ever went here or there. Come on now. Come on. Mr. Kelly, you gonna lie like that? To be able to eat lunch away from the cafeteria lunch was equivalent to getting a bag. Now, where did he meet these young? There we go. You could hear Storm name more than once. R.Kelly, right? Yeah, he said his name. Right. Agreed. Okay, you think he ain't lying? Okay, disgusting. And did no research. Those are different questions and answers, but same topic. Exactly, Ebony. And that's what I was saying. Like, it was similar, but, the context of it was the same. So I think that's where the confusion came from. And then let me put it out here. the YouTubers hyping this shit up. There is a YouTuber. I don't like to say his name because he talks about me on Station Head all the time, but his name is Shark Boy Dookie Way. Shark Boy Dookie Way did a whole bunch of two videos about this. Basically hiding this up and hyped it up to be something that it was not. And I think, it really got under Storm's skin, because Storm basically has been trying to prove that, damn, I'm probably not going to get this interview with Storm no more. Hey, tell Storm we all friends over here. But I think with Storm, he's been trying to prove that he's more than Tasha K's mentee, and I think out in the public, he's all like, I've grown, I've grown, I'm over it, blah blah blah. But I think secretly he's always trying to prove that he is his own person. And so when people keep shitting on him and then retelling him like, oh yeah, you just a mentee, you wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for her, and da 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 da. And let's all be honest, we said, Tasha K gave him a boost and gave him help and stuff like that. But I'll say this: when Storm got away from Tasha, he has become more likable. He has become more likable. He's more of himself. And I think that he's really trying to find his groove and find his own way. And he's been doing good. I mean, he's been doing good. His subscribers has went up. He still has views. Just because he hasn't got 1 million views yet doesn't mean that he won't ever get 1 million views. But the thing is, for Shark Boy Dookie Way, he's always going to tell you that you ain't shit each time. And Storm has to ignore that. He has to ignore it. He has to ignore it, because the thing with him, because Shark Boy, he says the same thing to me. He go like, AT2, nobody watches your videos. Nobody cares about you. Your views are low, your subscribers, you're boring, you're this. And every time I reach another milestone, Shark Boy always shoots me down each time. So I don't listen to it. I don't care. I don't listen to it, So no matter how good you are, there's always going to be someone, and not just him, people in general are always going to tell you, you ain't shit, you ain't this, you ain't that. So you just have to get over it at the end of the day and be all like, you know what? I can't lose from winning. Storm was never going to win. And shout out to Storm, because I was on his channel yesterday and I said this. He was never going to win. And I'm from the Bay Area, but then I went to middle school and high school and lived in the Valley for years. And so I don't necessarily talk black. I'm not urban enough, those kind of I don't fit the mold and the stereotypes. What's up, Lefty? I don't fit the mold and the stereotypes. So basically, and the same thing with Storm. He's alternate black, like me, I'm alternate black. So with us being alternate black, we don't, it's almost like we're white and we're not allowed to be in black spaces. Basically, people don't want us in black spaces because they, one, think we don't deserve it. Two, they think we're trying to appropriate even though we are black. And three, they don't like us because they think we're this and that and all this. So Storm was never going to win, and he's never going to win because they don't see him. They don't want him in this space. They rather him talk about, going to a Linkin Park concert or going to see Nickelback or something like that. They don't want to see Storm do anything with black people or anything urban. It's really sad. It's a deep conversation, to have with black people. A lot of black people be like, oh no, that's not true. But if you don't experience it, you can't talk. You can't talk what you know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Let me catch up to some of your comments while I'll let y'all answer that. Yes, I agree. He's doing much better. She's no good for no one. Right. Yeah, it's the area that we grew up in. The vocab is on point. Right. Haters have the opportunity to be heard in the comment section. Exactly. Johnny, I lived in the western suburb of Chicago, and he came to high schoolers' house and parties and events and to. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Damn, Johnny! Damn, he did all that. Chartels. Yes, I agree with you. She's no girlfriend. Nobody who doesn't know how to tell the truth a truth in anything, and you keep it. Sub. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me try to see if I got somebody new. He can't respond to everyone. He needs to continue and focus on providing good content. Right, right, right. Exactly. They continue. Right. Oh, yeah. And make sure you guys hit that like button too as well. It helps with the algorithm, all that good stuff. I understand because I speak the King's English. Right, right. And let me tell you this, Black people aren't from the jungle. Like, before they took us over from the motherland, and some of us was already here, we can talk about that later, some of us was already here, but before they took us from the motherland, we were established people. We had trade because we had natural resources, gold, so many different natural resources, coal, all that stuff. We had all that in Africa. Like, Africa was already an established country, but because people are so ignorant, they think that, oh, you guys are savages or jungle people, and you're not articulate. Being articulate does not equate to whiteness, because you can be hella ignorant and be white. Being articulate doesn't mean you are not Black. Black people are smart. Like, it's crazy, because then we go over here, because you grew up in the ghetto, you supposed to be a certain way and you ain't supposed to be shit. Y'all, you gotta free your mind. What shit, I should have did karaoke for y'all. Let me see if I can do that. The one song, free your mind. The free your mind and the rest will invoke, free your mind. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. But yeah, some of y'all need to free your motherfucking mind. Like, that's what's going on. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, some of y'all need to free your mind and stop being so ignorant. I really wish Black people would get the transcript. And this is so wrong. Oh, wait, what part? What part, Raquel? I'm articulate in my mother's tongue, and English is a foreign language I'm attempting to master. Oh, and B, you're not from here? I wouldn't even know that, because you sound good, so I wouldn't even have guessed. What's up, Stephanie? Shout out to her cousin. Before you can teach me, you got to learn how to reach me. Right? Yeah. Before you can reach me, you gotta learn. Oh, and this is not sponsored by Coca-Cola either. Y'all better not flag my video, YouTube. Damn, I wish I could play the song for y'all, but I don't want them to strike my video. But it's a dope song. Make sure y'all catch it out if y'all don't even know the song. But shout out to everybody born in the 90s. Let me see. Addicted to Shoes, True Crime, and the Truth. Oh, I like that name. The first thing Chad asked, she sounds white. I would get my ass beat if I did not pronounce my words correctly. Right. And that's another thing too. I know with my dad, I had to be able to pronounce things correctly. I couldn't be all like, yeah, no, none of that. I don't even want to do an example right now, because I always fear like my parents secretly watch my videos and would whip my ass. So I don't even want to pretend. But yeah, no, I had to pronounce and enunciate my words and everything. They didn't play that. Yeah, you ain't gonna be. No, you ain't gonna be a product of your environment. Why do you think my parents moved me out of from Oakland and moved me to the Valley? Because they wanted a better life for me. So I'm sorry, I kind of strayed off. Did y'all hate this conversation, y'all? Because some people are like, you always getting on your high horse and you straying off the topic. Y'all didn't mind us having this conversation, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop the link. Um, Because Stephanie, I actually have a few questions to ask you. If R.Kelly is trying to get a mistrial, I would definitely like you to explain that if you can. But yeah, but going back to my initial point, Storm was never going to be good enough. It didn't matter what he did or what he did not do. He was never going to be good enough to the eyes of the people. They were always going to shut him down. And unfortunately, there's a group of people out there that just will not like him for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Yes, was there a time where I didn't really care for Storm? Yeah, but it was more because of the whole Jaguar right thing. But we're so beyond that. I don't even know why that's even still a topic of conversation. Like who he is now, Storm is dope as hell. Like he's cool people, you know, and we still trying to get that interview. I gotta email him though, but we still trying to get that interview. Um, but let Storm do his thing. Let Natasha do her thing, but don't try to conjure up this beef because I think like now, if anything, this could possibly turn ugly, not lawsuit ugly, but I think it'll come out to like basically slander. And honestly, y'all, I know a lot of people say they don't like the YouTube beef, but if you want to make some money on YouTube, short-term money, short-term money. There's long-term money and then there's short-term money. If you want to make short-term money on YouTube, make a quick buck, you start beef with people. That's what you do. You start beef with people. Sadie said we have the same rules in our house, especially living in Hawaii. Leave the pigeon at the door. Is that how you pronounce it, pigeon? Oh, here our cousin Stephanie. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing?
Hey, cuz. Hey, all the cousins. Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good. You good.
Okay, cool. So I just want to get on here. First of all, you know, I really can't comment on Ara because I don't really know what's going on with Ara. I don't even know. I need to catch up. But I did want to talk about, you know, certain people's, you know, vernacular, dialect, you know, manner of speaking, whatever, being disparaged or being treated as a, you know, lesser than, right? And it's, you know, the thing is that language is just language because we've all agreed upon it, right? It's just language
Right.
because of definition. It's just that we've all kind of it's evolved that way, but it's all you know, it's not naturally occurring in the environment, right? Like we created it. And because of that, like when some languages or some ways of speaking a language are ranked above others, there's always socio-political reasons why. Because who says like the Queen's English? Well, who says the Queen speaks the best English? Why is my English not as good as the Queen's? Why is my English not as good as like, you know, the President of the United States? Like why are certain people's languages and manners of speaking being ranked as lesser than or as, you know, way poor people talk, you know, a lot of that, or the way like, you know, people of certain ethnic backgrounds talk. Like it's always stigmatized because of whose mouth it's coming out of, right?
And I love that TikTok has really shown that. What's up, Patricia? I love how TikTok has really put a spotlight on AAVE, African American Vernacular. What's the E part? English. Yes. I love how they really have put a spotlight on it because it was all like, you know, you were told like, oh, that's ghetto, that's this, that's that. But no, the dialect kind of started from slavery, being able to speak and communicate to each other and having our own style of dialect. There's even a secret language that the slaves had to even communicate to each other, and that kind of sprouted out from us having our own lingo, slang, and everything like that. So it all has a history context to it. Nobody's actually ignorant. Go ahead.
Usually the one that's getting defined to be the best or the standard, let's say, is the one that the rich white people speak. That's it. That's it. And that's only because it's theirs, and they get to make the decision, and they get to decide who's the best. And oh, lo and behold, it's the way they talk. Hey, look at there. What a coincidence. You know, and they control academia. They control like the dictionaries, you know, and they control like the way English is taught. And so they define English as their English. And and I'm listening, I'm seeing the chat. I'm seeing some of the comments, and when I went to school in Oklahoma and Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
they would drill and drill and drill and try to get us to put G's at the end of our words, stop saying ain't. They were really trying to get
Oh
the
yeah, they
Southern
said
out
ain't
of
and a
us,
word.
right?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say it exactly. But ain't is a fine word. Ain't's a fine word. It's been around for a very long time. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's been defined to be wrong.
Right.
And so it's just like it's all about and I understand like you have to fit into society, you have to do certain things, you have to get respected and all that respectability stuff. But I think if you are in a position to be able to, like, I work for myself, right? I work for
Mm-hmm.
myself, and I'm not going to lose my bar card over this, and I doubt I'm going to lose any money. So I say y'all. I write out the word y'all in my emails. Like,
Oh,
I
you
will
actually
call
do?
people y'all. I will call people y'all, y'allses, all y'allses. And because the only reason y'all is not acceptable is because they said it's not. You know,
Oh, I gotta bring up something before I forget. You're still here, Stephanie, but I'm putting me big on the
uh,
screen. Real quick. I was tripping off because I want to go back to the R. Kelly thing. I was tripping off of something because it was weird how it went to Storm and then it went to Natasha, because remember there was a lady and I can't remember her name. Stephanie, I don't know if you know her name, but the name was Silver Fox Sylvia. I know her name is Sylvia, but I forgot what her name was. But remember, she was at the R. Kelly case. She was rooting for him. She even punched somebody in the face and went to
that's right. She's
jail.
the one
Like,
that went to jail, right? Right? Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Why didn't she get an interview? Like, you went to jail for this man and you did not get an interview?
I ain't that. They ain't that. I mean, that's the way life goes, ain't it? That is the way life goes, ain't it? The one who stays for you the hardest is the one that you're just like, yeah, you'll be around when I get out. I'll go to this other guy. You
Yeah,
know?
like that's so crazy to me. Like, I would picture like he would have like people would have seen like her and heard about her and was like, oh well, I'm gonna go to her. She's a YouTuber. She has her own platform.
Yeah.
I think she has probably more than Natasha has had a relationship with them for a long time, so I get that. But I would think that she would be included in the thing too. But Stephanie, question: um, should he be talking to YouTubers?
I, I would say generally probably not, but I don't know what he's saying to him. I need to go back and catch up before I really comment because, I mean, he could talk about his childhood or like what is right for him to write music, like something that's not about the case. I would say that's probably not all that big of a deal. But if he's out here like doing like he did with Gayle King, then yeah, I mean his lawyers need to go grab and sit him down. No, I would, or at least try.
Right, because that was kind of like my thing. I was like, why are they even talking to? Why is he even talking to people? Because this could possibly hurt him. Um,
Well,
I know his message is, and I can just tell you roughly, his message is just to get out there that Tasha K had got the emails from the correctional officer. The officer ended up retiring. There's also allegedly other 60 people that had, got into the documents and stuff like that and listened to wired calls and emails and different communications. And he's all like, why are these people not? So is he trying to get a mistrial?
well, see, I would say not unless he's already is he on trial right now? Because you can only get a mistrial during a trial.
Right,
So
and he can't. And it's
yeah,
Chicago is the one that he's up for now. Remember, the first one was New York.
right, right. And so I know like some of his Illinois charges got dismissed, I think.
Mhm.
But then like some of his Illinois charges, because I know his appeal, like I wouldn't say that would mess up his appeal necessarily, because
Mhm.
like that's not an issue that goes to his guilt or innocence really. I would say,
Right.
but if he's
It's
on
his
trial in
appeal.
Illinois,
Yeah, I forgot that. So yeah, technically
yeah.
it's for his appeal. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I forgot.
if
Sorry.
he's awaiting trial in Illinois in a federal, I can't remember. I think it's the state of Illinois is trying him, and the federal government is trying him in one of the districts of Illinois. Right. Is that right? I can't remember.
No, you're right.
Did you see any trial on some of those Illinois cases, whether they're state or fed? Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about how like his innocence is bolstered or his guilt is diminished because other people have access to the evidence. I mean, I'd really have to see like how that is going to affect any of his, maybe the allegations, really, except to say like the jury pool is being poisoned, maybe. I think maybe that'd be it. Like, people are getting it wrong. People are getting biased before the trial even starts because of some of the stuff that has happened on the blogs. But
right.
I don't think that's really much of an appellate issue to be used as an appeal. And I don't know, like, unless he's like awaiting trial on something, I don't know that that's really going to matter. Unless
how can you pick a jury that doesn't know anything about a case? Like, how do they do that, Stephanie? Because, like, I picture, even if you don't know the details, you heard of something. Like, do they literally pick someone out the middle of America that probably lives in like a cave or something?
I mean, my 93-year-old grandma probably don't know who R.Kelly is, but I don't know if you'd want her on the jury either. So I mean, I don't know how you'd find somebody who don't know more about this case already.
Right.
But at the same time, well, I mean, that was kind of a weird legal issue how he got acquitted back in what was it, 2008?
Yeah.
But somehow they picked a jury, that acquitted him on that case. Although that's a whole different thing. That was a whole different reason. But still,
right.
I mean, like, it happens, but. I mean, I think it is an interesting issue that lawyers are going to have to deal with, that on big cases like this, even in small cases in small jurisdictions, media, social media, even if it's not bloggers or, people, that like a journalism way, like talking about it, like you have people on smaller cases, or like smaller jurisdictions that have just like affected maybe a neighborhood or like a couple, 3, 4, 5 families.
Right.
Talking about it themselves, like on Twitter or on Insta, or they're posting stuff about like, I know about this, I know what you did, wait till we come out, that kind of thing. And they're, either taunting each other or they're talking to each other about like the case, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like on public forums where everybody can see it.
Let me let Sunkiss up here. Hey, Sunkiss, how you doing? Sunkiss?
Hey, I'm sorry, I had myself muted. Hey, how are you all doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. I'm good.
Go ahead and start it off. What you wanted to talk about?
I just wanted to know, with R.Kelly doing this whole rant, going back and forth and talking to different ones, what is his end goal? What is his purpose in doing this? Because it's not gonna, I mean, just like with this whole Tory, and this is kind of a little sidebar, but this Tory Lanez, these people going around with this whole what are they doing, petitions and all that, and I'm thinking, do they really know how the law works? I mean, do they, what do they think that this is going to do? Because with this R. Kelly situation, him going to Storm and him going to Natasha and all that and spilling this, even what does he think is going to happen with this? Because he's going to have to serve time. All these charges that are brought up against him, what does he think this is going to do?
Well, what I was thinking was that he's trying to basically say that if this information was never leaked out, then there never would have been a problem. And because the correctional officers had gave Tasha the information and she, released this information out to the public, it got everybody stirred up. And then this is why everything went down. And so, because it's almost like he's trying not to admit that it was true. But it's true. I mean, like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, they might have leaked some information out, but you did what you did. Go ahead, Sunkiss.
Yeah. But and that's true. And here's if we were in a situation, we would be scraping and doing all kind of things too to try to get out. I get it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show how narcissistic he is. Because even so, just go ahead and just take the lick. It's been 30 some years, and I saw this for myself. It was at something he was doing, and a few years ago, someone that was there at wherever he was performing at, they took a little snippet of him with their cell phone, with him talking about what all that he had gotten away with. He said, it's too late now. It's too late. It's been 30 some years. It's been 30 something like that. 30 years or 30 some years. It's too late now.
I heard about that.
Yeah. And I thought, first of all, you're an idiot for even admitting to that. And then you wrap it up with a nice little dumb bow with the song you just performed. Haven't heard the song, but everybody didn't talk about the song.
Yeah, that innocent song, basically, where he's saying, I confess to this and that. Yeah, that shit is weird. Girl Melanie had said he's whining like the coward he is. Nothing that was leaked was used in either trial. Oh, I gotta look that up. Thank you, Melanie, for that information. I'm definitely gonna look that up. But yeah, now that we think about that, if none of that information that was leaked from Tasha was used in the case, like, is his argument still valid? Let me ask Stephanie. Stephanie, if none of the stuff that was used in the case, is any of that still even valid?
Well, exactly. Like on appellate stuff, to get a conviction overturned, you don't just have to show that somebody did something bad or that there was error or the prosecutor did something they wasn't supposed to do. The error itself, you do have to show that. I don't know if this would even be an error, really, but if you were to show that this was an error, you'd also have to take it back and show that the effect of it harmed you in some way during the trial and caused you, at least somehow, in some way, to have gotten convicted. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to tie it up. You have to tie those things together. It's not just that, like, let's say, let's say, like just something like this. Let's say like the police stop you one night, and they toss your car left, right, back and forth, but they don't find anything. Even if and you go home, like even if they did something wrong, which they shouldn't have violated your rights like that, let's just say.
Right.
There's not gonna be any but nobody's going to get in any trouble because you didn't get in trouble. There has to be some harm to what happened. Just because somebody did something wrong in the system doesn't mean that there's going to be a reason, like something's going to happen because of that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Princess says that she has the New York transcripts. Princess, I'm gonna have to partner up with you after the show so we can check that out, because I want to know, because if they didn't even use that information, then his argument that he's trying to use right now, that's invalid, basically. Sunkiss, what did you think about our conversation when we were talking about not being black enough? What did you think about that, or did you come in? You've been here since the beginning. You heard it, right?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. As I said before in the comments, and I'll reiterate, I can relate to that because I have been told, and I know I don't speak quote unquote white, and I've been told that before, even by relatives. And I said, no, that is not true. Just because a black person know how to hang a sentence or know how to articulate doesn't mean that they speak white. And that goes to show how sometimes in our community, black people tend to reach up just to lose. And it's so sad that we endorse that when we say that. So when it comes to you and Storm, it doesn't sound, you guys, the way that you described that was so perfect, because it's so sad that when black men present themselves in an educated manner, in a well-groomed manner, or what have you, like you and Storm present yourselves, most black men are rejected by the average black girl or female, I should say, not woman, female. And you guys are, stereotyped. And again, everything that you said was spot on.
Right.
But the thing is, you sound like you read. Period. The end. That's what it sounds like. You and Storm sound like you read. And the minute you get the this and that and like
yeah, as soon as we start doing that, exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, everybody wants you, and all of a sudden you got the black card. And when you don't do that, when you do the opposite of that, then you all of a sudden lose your black card. And so that goes to show, again, the ignorance and the self-hate, the self-degradation. It just blows my mind every time. And the minute a non-black person breaks up the English or speak poorly or what have you, then it's like, oh yeah, he talk like us, he black,
they become a millionaire, like the Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh my. Or back in
the 90s, in the 2000s. Remember at the turn of the millennium where they said Eminem was the king of hip hop? Get
Yeah.
out of here. Goodbye. Goodbye. Go back to 8 Mile, white boy.
Yeah, it's painful. It's hard to listen. It's painful. And I just if they're dressed in a disdainful way, if they're it's all the golds in the teeth, and then if they have the comb, yeah, it's hard to watch. And I just it's like a bad car wreck. It's yeah.
Right. Like I was saying, like I was all like, no matter what it was, because Storm got it, he was gonna get railroaded. He was gonna get ran over no matter what. I think if he was the only one with it, they really couldn't say anything. They probably could have said, "Oh, it's fake," but they're accusing him of stealing it. Like, there's all like, wait, there's no way in hell this square could have got this information. That's basically what they're saying. There's no way in hell this square could have got, like, what makes you so special? Why would he want to talk to you? You ain't even this and that. And it goes back to equate like, oh, you ain't black enough. This is why we don't want you in our space. We don't think you should be in our space, and we don't think you represent us, even though we all represent us. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know what? The thing about
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just, I think the kind of the unspoken thing in the room too is that, like, Storm, and other men who cover quote unquote celebrity stories get tagged as being, less than, like, the macho man, right?
Right.
And, like, but at the end of the day, like, what is No Jumper cover? What does DJ Vlad cover?
Right, and those are white people covering us.
Well, and like also, I guess like, because I guess No Jumper has quite a few black men on it, but like those stories that they cover are celebrity stories. Just because they're like men's stories and hip hop stories, or other kind of celebrities that are typically they're covering stories that involve a lot of men. Like, that doesn't mean it's any less celebrity stories. It's all celebrity gossip and stories. It all is.
Right. Exactly. Go ahead, Sunkiss.
Yeah, but he's covering the Akons. He's covering the Nick Cannon.
Right. And the crazy part to me is that I think, like, I have to go back to what I was saying. Like, if it was somebody else who got it, I don't think they would have been discredited. Like, it would have been like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm glad you got this and everything. But because it was him, they were going to shit on him anyway. And then they conjured up this whole, he stole it. And now, and I hate this. And I don't want to offend any women, but I'm just going to say it. Anytime you have a disagreement with a woman on this YouTube platform, it's always like you hate women. And then especially if it's a black woman, you hate all black women. And then you try to explain yourself like, no, it's not true. You just keep getting hit and you can't win. Now I don't care. Sometimes I even make a joke out of it. Like, if I'm fighting with a man, I'll be like, I don't like to fight with men. I only like to fight with women. I make a joke out of it now. But you know what I mean? Like, I learned to laugh at it. But some people don't take that lightly because it's all like, no, this is not true. Anytime anybody lie on you, no matter how confident you are with yourself, if you keep hearing a lie on you, you're going to react. Go ahead, Sunkiss.
But you know what makes me angry is because you have really good-hearted guys like you and Storms and different ones that are really genuine and try to fly the plane just so. And you let women be the co-pilot of your shows and really, really, really rock with women. The minute you say something just a little bit, and it can really do know when you're joking. We know that.
Right.
And then you have the mammies and the pick-me-shas come in and, well, this is that and the other and all that. Well, then if you have a problem, swipe left. It's as simple as that. Swipe left, sis. But the thing is, then you have the other ones that are just as nerdy, just as lame, that are incels or that are truly incels. But if they want to deem you and Storm as nerdy and all that, which I don't. I think you're fine, good-looking, top-notch black men that are very, very intelligent. Okay, so my thing
Y'all
is,
heard that? And hit that like button.
If you really want to go there, if you really want to get the incels or the ones that are just spineless and just beta have the beta backbones, okay, let's talk about the one, and I know he even passed away, but let's just still keep it above. The kid in heels when he was Okay, and
Kevin
then you go,
Samuels.
huh?
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then we talk about the the freaking frat, those two, they're lame.
Mm-hmm.
What are their names? Fit and Fart,
Fit
whatever
and
their name.
Fresh podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
And
horrible, and especially
yeah,
the way they talk about black women when they're
yeah,
both dark. Like, oh, I
yeah.
don't like the black girl. Like, if you dark, then I don't. I just don't get it. Go
But
ahead.
the thing is, give up a leg just to be with a black woman. It's just the black women don't choose them. But that's another story. But the thing is, you think about the one they shut his channel down. They say I forget his name. He was loud on them notches. He sound like a bitter black woman.
Oh, Tommy, so
Yeah, yeah. You know, and so my thing is this, and I can go on and on and on. And then I saw some of the men that follow him. I hit the floor. I mean, I grabbed my invisible pearls and broke them in half. I was hanging on to them so hard laughing. I thought, really, really, I almost wanted to say, I thought a lot of them were just clients from group homes. Honestly, I really did. So, at any rate, so my thing is this, and my thing is, if I look like them, I will be bitter too. I will have a talk with God, but we'll talk about that another time. But my thing is this. Let's just get back to my point. The thing, these very same females that come on these shows and try to bully, and this is what I call, let's just call a thing a thing, bully nice young men like you and Storm and different ones that I follow, because I'm very strategic and very careful as to who I follow these days. I used to follow just whomever. Nope, I'm very careful now. But the thing is that try to bully you and Storm and different ones such as you are, that enrages me because I can't stand bullies. It enrages me. So, but tell them to go over there to their channels. Tell these same females, these low budget. I mean, I'm bad. I left. But anyways, you tell them to go over to their channels and do the very same thing. No, they won't. In fact, they will go over there to try to get a pat on the head. They will go over there to get their lace fronts numbered. Just try to see if they can get it to at least a 7. You see what I'm saying? Or above a 7.
Right. Let me let on Smooth G. What's up, Smooth G? How you doing?
What's happening? I agree with the sister. You know, the guys she named Fresh and Fits, Tommy Sotomayor, them guys are coons. And hey, we got to get on code about people like that. You know, I don't like the way they disrespect our black sisters. You know, I don't respect that at all. And I think the people that follow them, just like she said, these are the people that got played when they was in school and they felt in a certain way, man. You know, with us, we know how to maneuver, you know, so we understand black women, you know, so we had never with anything they go through, we gotta understand them. You know, we
I got a good relationship with my mama. You know, like I don't have no mommy issue. Like I feel like some of y'all been hurt by women, and maybe that's why y'all be having all these issues. Like I love my mom. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's the thing though. A lot of people be getting hurt. So with that, you get a lot of gender wars, and a lot of people like some of the women be like they through with black men. And you got these other dudes like fuck black women and stuff like that. But these are people that been through things and don't understand. You know what I mean? You gotta accept the bad with the good. Every day ain't gonna be a good day, but at the same time, you gotta know the game. I tell brothers all the time, before you talk to a woman, you gotta get yourself together. You know what I mean? Because how you gonna represent yourself? You know what I mean? And don't know women owe you nothing. They gotta understand the game. Like women already been through stuff in the 70s and 60s. So them saying women that been through stuff in the 70s and 60s was giving their daughters the game. Like, hey, you don't go through this what I went through in the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? So you gotta come correct, man. You know, build yourself up. You know, and you ain't got high on problems instead of you want to just tear down women and stuff. Like I don't respect that. You know. So it's all about how you respect yourself, you know, and all that. A lot of people, they be deflecting and stuff they went through and they want to blame it on black women and stuff like that. I don't respect that, man. The Tommy Sotomayor's and Fresh and Fitz, just like you said, forget them, man. You know what I mean? That's not our culture, bro. Them coons.
And they try to basically, I get it. It's the salaciousness. Like if I say and I disrespect black women and I do all this stuff, people love it. They entertained by it. But at what expense is that? You know, like why would you want to put that out there? Like there's billions of other ways to get famous, get popping and stuff like that. Why would you want that to be your come up? That's what I don't understand.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. They looking for the white views. You know, they're gonna get all the white people and everybody that's not part of the culture to follow them. Like, oh, You know, they're going
Heightens
against,
them up, right?
yeah, they're going against their own coaches. So yeah, we can use that. We can use them as tools. You know, and they rather be, man. These guys be so self. You gotta understand. You gotta think about this. We're your family friend to even say some stuff like that, bro. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
deep. Like to say stuff like that, you gotta have a messed up family, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because I could never be on no self-hating stuff. You know, I'm not leaving the sisters. I'm always stay on code with my brothers and sisters. So you gotta have a crazy family that self-hate like that. You know.
I totally agree with you. That is true. You know, this is kind of bringing it back to topic, but a lot of people do this argument with R. Kelly, and I hear it all the time. And I don't know if y'all heard it, but they go like, "Oh, in his case, they are trying to bring a black man down." I don't agree with that. I think if you are a danger to society and other women, I think you get what you get. I'll start with Sunkiss and then I'll go to you, Smooth.
Okay.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I just fell asleep and not literally. When I say I fell asleep, I rolled my eyes so hard I felt like I fell asleep. You know what?
You fainted. You rolled back.
I rolled back. When I hear that, here's the thing. Those things happen to me, and as I said earlier with that comment, AT, when the only reason why a lot of I'm all about accountability. There are so many times, you know what, as they say, the truth, the lies soothe and the truth stings. I have learned that we're dealing with humans. And there are times, even with myself, I don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to know the truth. But that is the only way we can elevate. And I'm writing a book on quotes. And one of the quotes I always say, and this is what I say to myself first before I share with others. Remain grounded. As imperfect humans, we can easily, we can get one too many accolades and we forget. Remain grounded, but elevate hourly. In order to elevate, you have to hear the truth, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, or ugly. You have to hear it. And so many times people deflect and don't want to deal with the truth. And so the only way that R. Kelly can do what he's doing, or even get on to call Storm with that madness, or Natasha with that, and not deal with the fact that what he's done is wrong, is because he has a crowd of people. And what makes me sick is the crowd of his own kind that looks like him, and especially black women, that are making him think and feel that it is okay with what he has done. And the reason why it sickens me is because I am one of those women. I have been screaming since I was 3 years old, trying to say, yes, to my egg donor. I don't even call her my mother. To my sperm donor. Yes, he touched me. My egg donor fell in love with one of my molesters.
Sorry that you had to deal with that.
Thank you. And I'm in therapy because at one point I hated black men. I was angry. I was incensed to think, because why? Because of what we're dealing with today with a case with R. Kelly. And let me tell you something. R. Kelly, he called our house before because my brother was married to, let's just say I could drop some real tea. I put it to you like that. And I can drop some real tea. I keep my mouth closed with a lot. It's locked. That's why I'll chime a little bit. R. Kelly don't even want to go there. Just no. And my egg donor thought it was so cute when he called, because my brother was married to someone that R. Kelly did a song with. But my thing is this: it's people like that. And when she's so happy that he called, I just looked at it and I kind of just had this grimace. I could have. I'm back. Let me leave it alone.
Because of what you went through, and then all of a sudden they're grinning at this man calling. You're like, do you know what he did? And so it brought back trauma, and the trauma that you're still going through. And real quick, if you guys can put hearts in the chat for Sunkiss, I just want to say we love you. You did not deserve what happened to you. I want to say that. And Smooth, let me go ahead and get you in here.
Yeah. See, I grew up in the 80s. So as I was coming up in high school, I think it was around 99 in the 2000s, the beginning of the millennium. And back in the days, you had a lot of these older brothers who was picking up sisters. I never understood.
We were talking about that earlier in the show.
Yeah, man. They'd rather roll with the people who had a lot of money. And I look back on that, I'll be like, damn, that was fucked up. Because I could
all you
never
needed
do
was
that.
a car. That's what someone said in the chat. All they needed was a car, and the girls,
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And I could never, with me, I'm never a super fan. If I like somebody music or athlete, wrong is wrong, man. You know what I mean? And what he
That's how I
did,
am.
yeah, yep. And what he did was out of line. You know what I mean? I couldn't really rap with that because you had an opportunity to really have a life, and you chose that path yourself by doing goofy shit. And another thing I'm mad at is the parents for even putting their kids in those situations, man. You know what I mean? We got to take
Mm-hmm.
accountability, bro. Like the family I raised, but they not about to pit their daughter in that situation. That's just crazy. Even after
Right.
hearing that, you still got all these people just ratting with that, and it's like, wow, you know what I mean? So I think
Right.
not only the parents and whoever was involved in that, yeah, it was a messed up thing, for sure, and I'm gonna tell you something. Now with the Me Too movement, yeah, it's okay. Y'all do that to R.Kelly. He was wrong. He was out of line. I can't stand with that shit for sure. But he's
Right.
not part of my culture. Like we don't rock like that.
Right.
And I hope they go after everybody. Bring up the Rhinestains and
Exactly.
Hollywood and where all that stuff come from. Don't just stop with that guy right there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I understand he black, but get on everybody head.
Right. And
At this
that's
point,
what.
if it's Me Too, go after everybody.
Right. And that was my point too. Like, I'm fine with them going after everybody, but like this fool, he did what he did. Like, I'm fine with them going after everybody, but yeah, like, no, like that doesn't excuse him, like, oh, because they
Oh
didn't go
no,
after this person, he should be excluded or any like what could no, no, get him and then get everybody else. Like
right,
that was my thought process. But I'm gonna get
right,
ready to end the show, you guys. I want to say thank you, Smooth, for coming up, and thank you, Sunkiss. I appreciate y'all, Smooth. This
for
is your
sure.
first time coming up, right? I appreciate you. Dope
Yeah,
conversation. Definitely, I appreciate
for
you.
sure. I'm gonna follow you too, bro. I just can't, man. I was looking at the last. I seen y'all was talking. I'm like, let me holler at this topic right there. It said,
Oh,
"Then keep
okay,
this up."
cool. Thank you, you
Yeah,
guys. I appreciate y'all.
So much.
yeah.
No problem. Oh, Princess said she wanted the link. Okay, we gonna close out with Princess. Let me go ahead and drop it for her. But make sure you guys hit the like button as well too. Thank y'all. Like we had some dope conversation today. Um, we talked about a host of things. But like I said, the initial point of the video, Storm did not steal it. Him and Natasha both had a phone call. Well, multiple phone calls now. They both had a phone call. It is what it is. Both of them got it. Now, should you interview? Should everybody? Uh, should R. Kelly and his team have been trying to talk to everybody? No, they probably should have just stuck with one particular person or talked about different subjects, and then we wouldn't be in this mess. But I want to shout out to music and mental health. Shout out to our friend Mark. Every day in January, I'm shouting out a content creator. I'm trying to do more content creators that you guys don't know about, but music and mental health. He talks about reality TV, like The Challenge. We have that in common. Brother fans. That's how I discovered him. So make sure you guys check out his channel. It's music and mental health. Make sure you guys check him out. Let me let Princess up here real quick. What's up, Princess? How you doing?
Hey, hon.
Go ahead and take us out today.
I'm gonna try to get this quick and to the point. You got perverts like this person in the chat saying free R. Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't
You
even time it
and
out or block
now
it. I'm just all
I
like,
put
it is
across
what it
the
is.
board, if you okay with him, I'm not gonna say allegedly because I know some things. If you're
I'm gonna
okay
have to have a
with
panel with all Chicago people like you, Sun Kiss. Like we get the real tea.
you okay with older people having relations with teenagers or even looking at teenagers, then you are just as bad. I do not like the deflection. I don't want to come down hard on Smooth G head, but we need to normalize putting a period at the end of this sentence. He did that shit. Period. We're not worried about nobody else. We're not worried about the parents. We're not worried about the team. Yes, those people should be accountable, and some people will be accountable, but because there are so many victims, we have to be fine with everybody will not be served. A lot of people have
Right.
states evidence and they have turned against them. Let me tell you, the culture of that era is totally different from what we have now. There are a lot of little girls, and they were little girls that looked like grown women, or he knew how to go after certain girls. These people, Kenwood was not too far from the projects at that time. You're talking about a lot of women. I did a whole video on this a year or two ago. A lot of girls that were disenfranchised, okay? They mamas was out there on the street selling coochie. So what you think they teaching their daughters to do? Or they mamas and daddies was not there. There are plenty of mamas and daddies didn't know that they were with him. Now there some that were sold into R. Kelly's estate. Yes, but this is so complex. There is no definite method of it's somebody's fault. It's not. This is too goddamn complex for y'all to sit up there and just make it so trivial. Well, their mama let them go over there. Yeah, I used to think that at first, back in the first 2000s, and when it was coming out, and if you go back, it's a Vibe magazine. I remember reading a Vibe magazine's article where he was buying Jordans and buying Super Bowl tickets. See, and that's what taught me all the time. Like, my daughter cannot come in my house with nothing. Where you get it from? There was a lot of grooming going on during that time. McDonald's right there. I'm gonna go live one day. I'm gonna go over there to Kenwood and I'm gonna walk down the street to McDonald's. I'm gonna take y'all down to the Rock and Roll McDonald's so you can see how easy, accessible, and it looked way different then, but those two things are still there. Kenwood was not like your regular degler schmegler school. My son went there, and when we were going through orientation or choosing the high school, it was a couple of them I couldn't tell the mamas from the daughters, and that was in that was in 2010. Like, it was always known for upper echelon girls, okay, and they were smart girls, okay. So he wasn't getting all the girls necessarily from his hood. And I had my mama's best friend live like 2 blocks from Kenwood during that time. They knew Aura. A lot of people knew Aura, okay? And people in the hood know Aura. Aura was from the projects out here where I stay, over here in the gardens. Like, everybody knows how he was. So please stop victim shaming. It's just not that simple of you was with R. Kelly all night, where your mama is. Sometimes
it's a lot of nuances, like you said. It's complex.
Not girls, they grown women. They were girls, mother. Oh, excuse me. Because I was 15 at the time, 16 at the time, and they told me to take my motherfucking ass over there because we would all sing. R. Kelly is over there in Kenwood tonight or tomorrow.
They trying to get you to go over there?
It was girls. I know the girls. They grown women today, but they was girls.
Oh my! Thank God you escaped all that.
They would use that, like, oh, you get a record deal. He looking for singers. He looking for dancers.
He was trying to have you at 15 in some kind of rump shaker video or some shit like
that. It was just word on the curb. It was word on the curb. R. Kelly gonna be out today. He'd be at the basketball courts and everything.
It would be like a neighborhood announcement and shit like that, basically.
Yeah, you got some grown women who lie. Again, let's put the period. One victim is too many.
Exactly.
One is too many.
Doesn't matter how many. One is enough.
There's no absolute on nothing. Yeah, some people lie. Who cares? But if he slept with one, that was enough.
Exactly.
Period.
That was enough. If it was one, then it's enough. He's guilty, basically. If it was one, he's guilty. It don't matter if it was all like, oh well, you know, it was kind of like this, and then no, there's no excuse. He did what he did. Like that's what I'm not understanding when people tell us like, oh well, you don't know all the facts. Like what facts do we really need? Unless everything is a lie, are you saying that? You know what I mean?
If they voluntarily had sex with him at 16, it's still called statutory.
Exactly.
He's too old.
Way too old. And even at the time, like now thinking about it,
is not at that age either.
Right. And you know, I was just thinking about something too. When it comes to Aura, everyone it was a thing where like they were saying that, oh, nobody talked about this or nobody complained, nobody went to the police. How do people actually know that for a fact that nobody told anything? You know, like, do you believe that no one said anything until a couple of years ago?
I believe a lot of the victims, and I think it's a combination of things. You're talking about Chicago, especially during that time, is a mob-run city. This is a very corrupt city. It's all about who you know and what you know. You know, shit, my safety might not be in, you know, for talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for talking about it. Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of nuances to that. When you got money, you could get just about anything that you want to. And he's from the hood. So you think about that money and hood politics. Hey, bro, let me, you know, throw some money down on you. You take care of that for me. So the police is a whole mob and a fraternity to itself.
Right, okay? To itself.
I have an uncle that was second in command of the police department during that era. So it's a lot to that. There's during that time, George Ryan, a lot of that was police corruption. And a lot of that is just now coming out. So I'm sure there are plenty of dirty cops. They were gangbangers turned cops and all this kind of stuff that was still out on the streets doing things. So I'm sure he had police in his pocket.
Yeah. And sure a lot of cover up and stuff like that.
Politicians in his pocket. It looks good. And nobody cares about the broke girls in the hood. You know, nobody cares about poor people.
It's a sad fact. That's true. Nobody care about them. If there was some of a status, then yeah, they would care. But they're like, oh, what? You know, you throw away. You just another number. Let me let Truth on here. My phone is not charging. I got 8% left. Let me let Truth up here. Hey, Truth, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm coming back from last night.
Yes, thank you for coming back. Go ahead and sound off. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes because my phone ain't charging. I only got 2%. So if it cut off, that means my phone died.
Okay. So for this young lady, I don't even know this young lady. Princess, I don't even know her. Never seen her before her in my life. But for her to tell you the same exact thing that I told you last night, that speaks volumes. That speaks volume about his character. Okay, can't nobody on this earth tell me that people did not go to the police station on R.Kelly. Okay, we was walking to the police station on 59th and Racine. Javante Cunningham grandfather was sending us to the station. Ooh. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So when we went to the station, they put us out because there was an 11-year-old girl in our hood saying she just had sex with R.Kelly. Everybody was telling her, you better go home. She was scared to go home. This girl was not in the indictments and she was not in the trial. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So I got 2 minutes, but I'm going to put it to you like this. I don't care what judge hear me. I don't care what officer hear me. I'm talking about off with his head because we don't matter. We from the hood. So we're going to fight our way through this thing. All the young ladies I know, they talking about shooting these men. Okay? And
this was the organized crime, basically, because y'all would go and then be all like, and then they'll do whatever and then reject y'all, basically.
It's organized crime.
The whole thing. There's nothing on this earth more corrupt than Chicago police. I can take you to an officer right now and get you a good bag of weed. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I can take you to an officer right now and get you some. Man, they got better weeds than the shorties. It's real in Chicago. So for all these people that are playing games, they lying, I care less about them. Lock him down. Lock him down. You play games with me and you play games with my kids, it's gonna be off with your son's head. I don't care who like it and who don't like it. Don't touch me, you nasty pedophile. Bruce Kelly was up in there and knew them girls was in there doing videos to 12 play. We had a brawl. I got kicked out of Dunbar High School. In 1992, we had a brawl because the basketball team kept teasing us. Y'all over there with R.Kelly. Y'all having sex with grown men. But it wasn't me. It was Javante.
Whoa.
And they was teasing everybody that had anything to do with Javante. So me being the woman I am, I set the whole school up and the news came out. Because you're not going to accuse me of that.
That's low end. You out west right now.
I'm out west right now. But I was born and raised on 63rd and Cottage Grove.
Oh, snap. That's Woodlawn.
That's Woodlawn all day. And I fight men in real life and I don't lose. I know how to keep a man off me. In real life, I know how to keep a man off me. And I made sure my daughters know how to keep a man off them too.
Right.
It's time out. All them men was there. Barry Hankerson was there. Bruce Kelly was there. All of them men. Even Shabazz was there. Even Shabazz. All them grown folks was there and nobody said a word. Guess who stopped them? Guess who stopped R. Kelly from coming to the hood? The MCs and the Vice Lords.
Oh.
Who everybody hate. Everybody hate the gangbangers in Chicago. Everybody, it was them gangbangers that put an end to the Pied Piper.
Out of everybody, it was them.
It was the gangbangers that made sure he wasn't coming back up to no more schools. After Tiffany Hawkins, them gangbangers put an end to it. Because it was girls way before Tiffany, and that's what people don't know.
And what's disgusting is women up in here just... I always hate to see the women that go up
women
for him.
Women.
Like,
You got to be something wrong with your mind, young lady.
Sunkist was saying the same thing.
For a grown man to put his hands on a little girl. You need your head examined. Anybody that think that is okay, you need your head examined. I don't care how long they've been doing it. I'm cutting your throat, uncle.
Right. It ain't right. You know, it ain't right. It's like this culture, like, oh, somehow people got it sick in their head that this shit was okay and it was never okay. Go ahead, True.
It's never, ever okay. And I'm going to tell you this, and I need you to hear me with your whole heart. Okay? Chicago has a serious issue with pedophile behavior. It's more pedophiles in Chicago than gangbangers.
That's true. I live in one of the top neighborhoods where you get assaulted.
And I don't even know this young lady.
I
don't. We was in 7th grade. An old man tried us, and we beat him up and took his car. And took his car over on 67th Street and Rhodes. Gave it to the GDs because we was too young to drive.
I'm over here in the wild.
Argyle Gardens.
Not that far. I'm over here with 10 Trey. I'm in Roseland.
What?
Right.
Wow. Right there in Roseland.
That is crazy. Oh shit, I'm at 4%. But I want to say, True, thank you for coming up. Thank you, Princess. We gonna have to do a part 2 to this. I know.
Maybe I'll pick it up after I finish watching the rest of this. You dig? I said I was gonna do something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll come over. And Pooh Black, I know you want to come up, but my phone ain't even charging right now. But I want to say thank you to these two ladies. Thank you to Sunkist. Thank you to Stephanie. Thank you to Smooth for coming up. I love y'all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all, we got to go ahead and get out of here because damn, and my laptop dying too. I can't even continue on the laptop. But we'll continue this show and I'll do it tomorrow. I want to say thank you to everybody for supporting and showing so much love. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We had some very deep conversations today. Hopefully everybody took something away from this. I know people are like, oh, I wanted to hear more about the drama and da-da-da-da-da. Shut up. Sometimes you got to have real conversation. And I'm a grown-ass adult, and we're going to have grown-ass conversation. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I want to say thank you to everybody. for hitting that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell and press all so y'all get my notification. Also, I didn't see any notifications of like any Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, but if you did, you know I am grateful. But thank you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get the hell up out of here. And I just want to say, make sure y'all love one another, show love to each other. It's so much hate out here, and it ain't even worth it. This kind of goes to the whole YouTube drama and everything like that. What's up, Lucy? The YouTube drama is so much drama going on. Just show love to people, damn it. Like, stop all this damn hate. Everybody can get a check from YouTube. It doesn't go to one person, it can go to everybody. We out of here, y'all. Deuces. Love y'all.
We'll be right back.